The Golden Tide, the Fisherman and the Fish of Greed. In the quiet, salt-laced air of Port Haven, Maine, lived a fisherman named Eli Reed. His wife Martha was never satisfied with their simple life. Another perfect sunrise, wasted on this rotting driftwood, Martha scoffed. Eli sighed, quietly preparing for his day on the sea. That day, the sea offered a spectacle far beyond the mundane. A violent tug nearly ripped the line straight from his hand. After an exhausting struggle, he hauled in the unbelievable catch. Tangled in the mesh was a golden fish, shining with impossible brilliance. "Release me, fisherman, grant me freedom, and you may ask anything of me. A wish." Awed, Eli looked at the struggling creature. "I ask for nothing. Go home, creature." That evening, Eli recounted his unbelievable miracle to his wife. Martha stared blankly, then burst into a harsh, dry laugh. "You asked for nothing? You were handed the key to prosperity. We need a sturdy home, a proper New England cottage. Go, now." Defeated by her fury, Eli walked back to the choppy water. "Golden fish, creature of the deep. My wife, she needs something." The water boiled gently as the fish rose, its glow slightly dim. "What does she demand?" She asks. "She demands a new home. A proper, sturdy cottage." "Go home, then, it is done." But the fish warned him. Greed expands to fill the space it is given. Eli returned to find the old shack gone. In its place stood a cozy, sturdy blue cottage with granite countertop. Martha was running her hands over the new granite countertop. "It's magnificent. This is what we were meant for." "All it took was a little ambition," she added, already looking beyond the walls. But 3 weeks passed, and Martha's eyes began to roam. "This cottage. It's small," she stated, suddenly cold. "I don't want contentment, Eli. I want opulence." "Go back. Tell the fish I want a house that screams success. A sprawling mansion." Eli found the sea gray and agitated for his second return. "I warned you, fisherman. The boundaries shift quickly." "What does she demand now? A mansion? A sprawling house of wealth?" "It is done," the fish declared, warning him again. There is a profound difference between the structure of a home and the architecture of a soul. Eli returned to find the cottage completely gone. He found an oversized, ornate, modern mansion replacing everything familiar. Martha, in expensive, uncomfortable clothes, paced the vast, empty ballroom. "This is better," she conceded, yet her eyes showed no peace. "But I'm just a rich woman in a big house. That is too easy to ignore. I need influence. I want to be the one dictating the rules. I want to be governor. I want to command the state." Horrified, Eli tried to reason with her escalating demands. He walked out into a full-blown storm, the sky black and the waves mountainous. "Golden fish, hear me!" Eli shouted into the chaos. The water rose up like a pillar, and the fish hovered, radiating an angry, terrible power. "She demands the governance of men," the fish thundered. "It is done. She is Governor Martha," Eli said, tears streaming with the rain. "But she is unhappy, unmoored. She wants to control the weather. She wants to make the sun rise and the storm cease with a word. She wants to be a god." Hubris. The sea gives, the sea takes. But the sea is not ruled. This is the demand that breaks the bond. The fish flashed with devastating light. A massive, terrifying wave crashed, washing over Eli. When the water receded, the storm instantly ceased. Eli looked up. The mansion was gone. The cottage was gone. Stripped back to the bare soil, Sitting exactly where it was at the beginning was the tiny, drab shack. He walked slowly back inside the familiar, decaying structure. Martha was sitting on the floor, the rage replaced by a profound, hollow stillness. "It's over, Martha," Eli said gently, kneeling beside her. The current took it all back. She whispered. "The storm. It was so loud. I couldn't hear my own voice." The rage was replaced by a profound, hollow stillness in her eyes. The next morning, Eli was mending his net again, whistling his quiet tune. "The fish taught me something, Martha," he said softly. "That the greatest poverty is wanting more when you already have enough. I'll bring back what the sea decides." He walked out and set sail on the Contentment. He cast his net into the calm, simple sea once more. The water accepted the net without resistance. Eli felt a sense of genuine peace wash over him. He was finally free of the burden of endless wanting. And that is the tale of the Golden Tide.
The unspoken sacrifice. The sound of a car engine cutting out pierces the evening quiet of the small town. 3 years. I swore I'd never return to this place I left behind. But today is the anniversary, and Mom needs me here. Happy anniversary, Mom. The flight was truly terrible. Dad is still at the shop, doing what he always does. A faint electric saw buzzes while the distinct, dry smell of sawdust fills the air. "I assumed you weren't coming until tomorrow, Sarah. Just wanted to surprise Mom and offer a ride from the airport." "Welcome home, Sarah. It's cozy in here tonight." Friday nights used to be buzzing with local shoppers. Where are they now? Online shopping and big box stores replace places like this. "Dad, you should sell. You tie yourself to everything that holds you here, like that grand house we used to own. If you hadn't sunk everything into that foolish venture, we wouldn't be renting this tiny place." "That house is gone, Sarah. It's been gone for years. You need to stop talking about it." "I can't stop, Dad. It's the reason I had to leave this town." A faint glimpse of an official bank envelope sits under the counter. She's unpacking old high school yearbooks, looking lost in memory. "Your father misses you terribly, even if his words only come out as criticism. His words are always drop it or stop looking. I wish he'd just own his decade-old mistake." "But what if the decision wasn't a bad one, Sarah? What if it was a necessary, difficult choice?" "He bet everything on that risky real estate development years ago, Mom, I know. Do you recall that emergency surgery right before college, the rare blood disorder that kept you out for weeks?" "Of course. The insurance didn't cover everything needed for that top specialist. Your father had to make a choice. The bank wouldn't lend more. But the owner of our grand house agreed to buy it back immediately. Cash. He sold the house to pay for my medical bills, not because of a failed business deal. He wanted you to think it was his failure. He never wanted you feeling responsible for losing your childhood home. He built this small shop with the leftovers because he needed something he could control with his hands. All these years, I thought I was the victim of his mistakes. I was the beneficiary of his greatest sacrifice." The realization keeps her awake. She moves silently through the dark house towards the office. The sound of paper rustling is loud in the oppressive silence of the small office space. Foreclosure notice. Default on loan 487B. Auction date, next Tuesday. He's going to lose the shop over the final payment from the debt he took for me. Flipping the harsh overhead lights on, she finds him asleep amongst the clutter. "Dad, wake up. You need to see this notice right now." "It's my mess, Sarah. The final payment from the house sale. I thought the shop could cover it before anyone noticed. You lost the house for me, and now you're losing the shop over the debt you protected me from. I wanted you to fly, Sarah." If you knew the truth, you would have stayed here, taking care of me. That's not the life I intended for you. I needed you gone and free of guilt. I've hated you for 10 years, blaming you for crushing my dreams, when you were the one funding them. I love you, kid. That's all there ever was to it. This is the first time we've truly connected in a decade. Morning light streams in as Sarah confidently connects to her New York contacts via video call. Robert's Tools and Timber is more than a store. It's a town landmark built on a father's incredible love. He sold his home to save his daughter's life. Now he risks losing everything else to cover the final debt. This isn't just about profit anymore. It's about repaying a debt of love by saving his legacy. The story is live on the crowdfunding page. I've alerted every editor and blogger I know. We have exactly 1 week until the auction date. You always were a powerhouse, kid. Stronger than you knew. I learned from the best, Dad. Now, let's modernize this old disaster. It's time to give Robert's Tools and Timber a proper second chance. Emily organizes dusty inventory slips with surprising efficiency. Robert, teaching his daughter the finer points of tool maintenance. Sarah takes notes, merging old knowledge with modern business sense. The initial cleaning reveals the hidden potential beneath the grime. Time to paint over the faded, decades-old exterior signage. Fresh paint transforms the tired facade, adding a crisp, modern edge. The new, clean logo is carefully affixed to the newly painted signboard. The final product, Robert's Tools and Timber, Est. 1970, built on love. I came back here expecting to find reasons to hate my father's failures. Instead, I discovered the reason for his greatest, most necessary sacrifice. The physical house is gone, and the debt is almost cleared. But the true foundation of our family was never made of timber and nails. It was built on sacrifice, silence, and the final, necessary hammer blow. The progress bar on the laptop screen shows they are nearing their target goal. We have enough. The auction will be stopped. You saved us, Sarah. You pushed me away so I could learn how to fly back to you. The final sunset bathes the newly signed store in a warm, hopeful light. The debt of love is finally repaid, and the legacy secured. Fade to black.